Welcome to the Blue Cafe. Today we present to you, part 3 and final installment of, Today I Ducked Up by Reading My Wife's Text Messages. She's Cheating on Me. The Jenny and Carly Story. Now, on to today's story. Jenny and Carly Story Part 3. Edit 5:11:10 p.m., the 20th of January 2015, Jenny and I pulled up at my brother and Carly's house. After ringing the doorbell, and waiting for what felt like an eternity, Carly answered the door. She looked sad, and her eyes were swollen as if she had been crying for a while. We entered, and my brother was waiting for us in the living room. I walked over and took a seat next to him. Jenny tried to sit next to Carly, but Carly got up and walked to a seat across the room. You could almost taste the tension in the room. Without beating around the bush, my brother got right into it. My brother said Carly told him that Jenny pushed Carly into having sex with Zack/X, that it wasn't her choice. Carly must have came clean to my brother about having sex with Zack and or X. Carly spoke up and said if it was her choice, she wouldn't have done it and she would have remained faithful to my brother. Carly said Jenny turned into a bad influence recently and kept nudging her towards an affair, but she kept resisting. Finally, to stop the pestering, Carly gave in. Carly said again that Jenny isn't a positive influence you want in your life and the old Jenny she knew, the kind, faithful, loving one, was gone. Jenny looked furious. She shouted, "You ducking liar." Jenny admitted that they both had sex because they both wanted to try new things. She didn't force anyone to do anything. I spoke up and for the first time in a long time, took Jenny's side. I questioned my brother, asking him if he actually believed the bullcrap Carly was spewing out of her mouth. I told him there was no way Jenny forced anyone to do anything, otherwise Carly would have sneak texted one of us earlier on about this whole thing. Emotional breakdown commences. Carly wept for 10 minutes straight, mumbling out words nobody could understand. Jenny surprisingly just stared at her in anger instead of joining in. Carly eventually came clean, telling us that they both agreed to it and wanted to try something new. My brother was once again furious and started marching around the house slamming doors. He has a tough time controlling his anger. Finally, we all knew the complete truth. Jenny and Carly consented to having sex with two men on a fake girls' nights out. My brother calmed down, but was still visibly upset, and returned to the living room. There was nothing left to say, we all knew what was coming, a dual divorce. After we had cleared everything up, everyone stood up as you normally do when guests are leaving, and Jenny and I were getting ready to leave. Carly walks across the room and hugs Jenny, even after Jenny nicely resists a few times. It lasts a few seconds, and Jenny pulls out. They're both looking at each other now. Crack. Jenny slapped Carly across the face. Now, it wasn't so hard that she'd lose consciousness or be thrown into another dimension, but it left a mark. Jenny clearly wasn't having any of this blaming bullcrap. She turned and quickly ran out the door. I apologized profusely and followed her out the door. My brother texted me when we got home saying it's okay and he's pretty pissed about Carly embarrassing him like that with a lie in front of all of us. Needless to say, Carly and Jenny won't be speaking to each other for a while. As you all know, after Jenny smashed her phone on the floor and aggressively placed it on hard tables multiple times, her phone stopped working properly. I saw this firsthand when I got home from the divorce lawyer. See, I retrieved the call/text logs from the past few days and noticed there were no texts since the incident, nor were there any calls. There were calls during the girls' trip though. I'm not 100% certain whether or not her phone ceased to work immediately after the bedroom phone smash or if it worked for a while then stopped. As I said, the morning after Jenny smashed her phone on the ground and I returned from the divorce lawyer, she texted me. Jenny was either using her phone, which was barely working, not likely, or her iPad since it only requires Wi-Fi to text using iMessage, not a cell phone plan. iMessages do not come up on the text/call logs since they don't use the carrier's service, they use Apple's servers. When she texted me, I didn't think it through and thought it was just a normal iMessage text. I had different, more serious and important divorce things on my mind than which device she used to contact me. Jenny had been switching between normal texts and iMessage while speaking with Zack. This evening I entered Jenny's iPad password and went into iMessage. She had been texting Zack and an unknown number, probably X. I read through the conversations, and Jenny broke up with both of them. She said she didn't want to have any further ties with them and the sex was going to stop. X and Zack agreed and they haven't spoken since. So Jenny had actually broken off her relationship with them. She wasn't lying. Jenny kissed me goodnight. I had no time to react. She didn't hold me down and force it or anything, just a quick few second long kiss, which is fine I guess, and went to bed. I'm typing this on the computer and I'm heading up soon. She hasn't cried or begged for sex or affection. I guess she understands now that it's done. Now, all my brother and I have to do is file for divorces and we'll be back to bachelor lives without wives. We aren't divorcing each other, but we're divorcing our wives. Also, if you think the story is fake, it isn't. Please refrain from spamming my inbox with your karma whe, good story, better karma rewards, etc. I want to see the messages where people are actually sending advice or giving me feedback, not a whole bunch of useless insults. Thanks. 11:27 p.m., the 20th of January 2015. Tomorrow I might post a straw poll on whether or not me and my bro should get revenge or something. No, revenge is petty, never mind. Also, it seems this crowd of Redditors at night is a lot nicer and less volatile. I like you guys. 11:56 p.m., the 20th of January 2015, heading to bed very soon. I'll still be replying to some comments though I can't get to all of them. 12:51 a.m., the 21st of January 2015, I guess we're the reason Reddit's servers have been so docked in the past few days. Chalad broke the internet to my resume. I'll reply to some more comments and head to bed. Thank you all for the support these past few days. I'll update this situation tomorrow, although I'll probably have to make a new post since it'll be at the max character limit if you guys still want to see updates. Good night. 1:38 a.m., the 21st of January 2015, no, I don't think I'm so important that I needed the disclaimer. I'm getting tons of messages asking to turn this into a short film, book, movie on Kickstarter, etc. I needed to put that there. That's in the off chance someone took this as something more serious than just some guy and his brother's divorce stories. And many people advised me to post the disclaimer since it made it onto the news. Just following advice. I'm getting tons of messages about it. I won't be able to reply to all of them. I'm sorry. Edit 4:20 p.m., the 21st of January 2015, as usual, I woke up early, hit the gym, and returned home in time for breakfast. Jenny was up by the time I got home and sitting at the table eating breakfast while having a plate out for me. Again, she woke up early when she normally doesn't. I don't know why I let her cook for me. I didn't ask for it, but I wasn't gonna throw out a perfectly good breakfast, as I knew she didn't poison me or anything like that. It felt so much like our time together pre-affair. Sitting together, eating, and casually speaking. She stopped trying to initiate or be all romantic, aside from occasional shoulder brushes and a peck once in a while. There's nothing I can do to stop those things. It happens in a second and I don't have time to react. Anyways, while finishing up breakfast we heard the doorbell ring. I went to answer the door. It was Carly and a police officer. This was the non-emergency kind of officer, the kind that settles minor disputes. She called him over to supervise us in case things got physical again. We didn't get any heads up that she was coming. Whatever, that's fine. Carly got right to it. She explained clearly that she did not want any of us to contact her ever again. Carly said she didn't want to speak with us, and she's had enough of all this drama and shadiness BS. We had ruined her life and caused her to become such an unstable person. Apparently she has depression and she's developed a fingernail biting habit because of us. To clarify, myself, Jenny, and my brother weren't to speak to her ever again unless it was related to the divorce case between her and my brother. Jenny tried to speak up, but Carly shushed her before she could say anything. Carly is also setting up a restraining order against Jenny and I, and another one against my brother after their divorce is final. She said we'll have to pay a fine to the tune of $1,000 if we come within 1,000 feet of her. I looked over at the officer to confirm if what she was saying was possible, but he shrugged his shoulders. Carly is staying at a hotel until her divorce is final. Also, if Jenny hears any rumors, she is not allowed to spread them. Carly also said she's afraid she might have gotten an STD from Jenny and she's going to get tested ASAP. I'm also getting tested soon. I was close to blowing up and asking her what the duck she was doing in our house. Came in with an officer explaining this bullcrap that obviously won't hold up in court, but I let it slide. Jenny was growing aggravated, but she held it in as well. Carly smirked and walked out the door behind the officer. Jenny tried to trip her from behind, but Carly caught herself, told the officer, and glared at Jenny. Jenny received a warning from the officer. So, Carly isn't speaking to my brother, me, or Jenny. Jenny and I are getting a divorce. Clearly now so are my brother and Carly. Soon, it'll just be me and my brother, and two best friends who threw away their lives split apart by a dumb idea. Jenny and Carly will be cut out from our lives as soon as this is all over. Also, I've requested Jenny's parents come over Saturday during a time when Jenny is out. We'll talk about this situation. 4:30 p.m., the 21st of January 2015, meant officer, not brother. Just went over it. Brother came to mind first since we're talking about Carly and she's his ex-wife. Haven't spoken to my brother since our text. 4:37 p.m., the 21st of January 2015, wow, thank you all for the kind PMs. I can't even read them all. There's so many every time I refresh there's a few more. Is anyone else imagining the pie as Mike Ehrmantraut? Makes the already good story even better. When I found out my ex-husband was cheating on me, I found out through a hairpin in the bed which obviously wasn't mine. Then I instinctively went through his phone while he was piss drunk, to see who he was cheating on me with. I found all the texts from the girl he was cheating on me with and I confronted him and said I had proof he was. Still drunk he replies, I know you're lying because I deleted all those texts. He sounds like quite the catch. Did you want to upgrade your cable? Raunchy music plays faintly. Womp chicka womp womp. Brown chicken brown cow. This is like choosing your own adventure for Reddit. I chose stake out the hotel for gangbang evidence. Who's with me? Visit all 3 divorce lawyers. That way she can't get any of them with shared funds. I remember reading a cheating/divorce thread a while back where one of the ex-spouses went around and visited all the lawyers in town so that their confidentiality couldn't be violated, or something like that, which is what I'm assuming you're talking about, and the other spouse couldn't use those lawyers. The judge ended up ruling against the spouse that saw all the lawyers because it was obviously a dick move and against some good faith laws. Can we have an update in the future of how it went? I'm putting minor changes in the post and the big update with results to by investigation will be put on r/relationships on Monday/Tuesday. I will post a link to the update on this post. I think it's incredible just how composed you seem to be through all this. I would have flipped my shit. My prediction about the final update. I handed Jenny the divorce papers. I told her I have video proof of her cheating on me and that she won't get anything. She said I'll sign, but first I need something from you. I asked what, and she replied, I need about $350. It was about that time that I noticed my wife was about 500 feet tall and from the Paleolithic era. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.